sunrise paints that blue sky, but you look the other way. You worry about tomorrow, you worry about tomorrow so much that you forget today. You worry about tomorrow. Beautiful sunrise paints that blue sky, but you look the other way. You worry about tomorrow so much you forget to live today. Songwriting going on here. Okay, I just finished the song. Once again, that process of having nothing, having the desperation of like, oh, this week's song is not going to happen. Little spark of something, you twist it around, you work with it, you doubt yourself, and all those emotions go through. In fact, I want to talk to you a little bit more about that part of the process. But to do that, I need to get some stuff from the shop to show you what I made. So, gotta run to the town first. Talk to you in a bit. What if she ran away with another man? She told me I would never understand. It makes her feel like a woman again. I always love her to the bitter end. The bread is stale, all I got is tin of beans. Never got her. Okay, so back to the songwriting. A bit of props for this one to make it as clear as possible. You can see that? Cool. Perfect. Right. So, when we first start with a song, and I apologize to you already in advance, my handwriting's awful. It's one of those dyslexic things. But, I'm sure you can put up with it. Right, so we start. As a songwriter, you start with an idea. You have some sort of an idea of whether it's a line of lyric or something, or a hook or something, and everything starts to grow from this. Now, the idea is to go from the idea all the way to the final product, but it ain't that easy. There's a lot of stuff goes on in between. So when you first have the idea, you start tinkering on the song. Then you get a bit of structure, right? That's where you kind of start to have the first parts of the song, which are like a verse, maybe an idea of a little bit of a verse, an idea of a chorus. And you work on them, and hopefully you'll have the verse and the chorus in some sort of shape at this stage. Then, in comes the excitement. And that's when things get a little bit funny. You see, you have an idea, you work on a song, and you're kind of innocent at that stage. You don't think about it too much. You kind of go with the flow and see what comes out of it. You just want to follow that idea and see what comes out of it. And eventually, if there's something good in there, you get excited. With the excitement starts the internal battle. Most of the next parts are going to be clouded by something pretty dark. Everything else in between you're going to go inside this circle, which is self-doubt. Circle of self-doubt. So what goes on in here? Once you get excited about the song, then you start thinking about things like maybe we put in there a bridge going from the verse to the chorus, or maybe we put in middle eight, like after the second verse and chorus we put in like a third part of something else, and before we go into the chorus again, or we put a fancy guitar solo, or we put like riffs and everything. The thing is, this here, the verse and chorus, that is the root of your song. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do anything more, but that is the root of your song. Then we start adding all the other stuff into it, and unfortunately too often in that situation we overcompensate. We're getting very, very excited about the song, and we want to add in there more and more stuff, and in that mix it just gets kind of a little bit lost, the pureness of this original song. Again, I'm not saying you shouldn't add all the extra bits. That's fine, do add the extra bits, but make sure that they belong there. Don't put them there just because you're overcompensating. Okay? After you overcompensate, you make it very, very positive. You add loads of things. It's like making the soup. You add toast, you add everything in from your spice cupboard into it. You start questioning yourself. You start to question yourself. And that's what the whole circle of self-doubt is about. There's this, it's a never-ending battle against like that self-doubt that like, oh, am I worthy? Is this so great? If you are one of those songwriters that you just sit there and go like, this is the bee's knees, this is the best, I'm the best songwriter in the world, I can guarantee you, you're not. And your songs are not going to be the best songs in the world. You have to go through this process of self-doubt. It's unavoidable. After that, after you question yourself, you start polishing it more and more and more. And that's another dangerous one when you polish it, because you kind of start tweaking every little bit of it and you can go too far. And you can just suck all the life out of it. Then you do the best thing you can do in this circle of self-doubt. You walk away. There comes a point in the songwriting you have to walk away. And that's my rule, is like come back to it the next day. Because you get to the point that your ears are just tired. You listen to the same thing over and over again. You can't be subjective anymore. You need to walk away from it, come back to it with a fresh pair of ears. So the next day you come back to it. And what you do is you listen. Most of the time, at this point, you actually realize what you got is actually half decent. So all you have to do is tweak it. So listen and tweak. And then hopefully you have the final product. But here's the thing. When you have the idea, the final product seems so far away. It's like a mountain. It's like an endless mountain to climb that you're at the root of it. That it just seems like impossible task. And until you get to the idea, to the struggle part, which is the verse and chorus, is the excitement, it just feels like you want to give up every step of the way. And then when you get to the next part, the overcompensation, you're inside the circle of self-doubt, which is another just constant battle, non-stop. And this whole part here is why some songwriters take so long to write songs. I don't think it's to do with the fact that you look for the inspiration, you have to wait for it to come and that kind of stuff. I don't believe in that. I believe that you make the inspiration happen by sitting down and doing the work. But because that mountain ahead of you seems so huge, the climb just seems impossible in the early stages of it, that you want to put it away and come back to it. That's fine, because for some people it's more manageable that way. They can handle little blocks at a time. And that's absolutely fine. If that's your way to writing songs, do that. Go for it. But don't blame it on lack of inspiration or anything like that, because that's not what it's about. It's just about the fact that you're not willing to climb the mountain. I write a lot of songs. In the past kind of couple of years, I've written well over 120 songs at this stage. Because I release them once a week, my songwriting has to be much, much quicker. I have to go through this process much, much faster than most people do. But I go through exactly the same emotional roller coaster ride that the songwriting is. I still have my self-doubt in the middle of it. I start from an idea where it seems so impossible. I just go like, there's no way there's going to be a song out this week. I can't. I don't have any idea how to make this. I have nothing to say, blah, blah. And then the idea comes. And you kind of go like, is this good enough? No, this is not really good enough. This is not going to work, blah, 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 blah. And until you get to the point of walking away, when you get to walking away, you might have a feeling that, okay, this might be better tomorrow. Or you might not. But 9 out of 10 times, when you come back and listen to it, it actually sounds pretty damn good. Because you've kind of stepped away from it. And if you go through all this process saying that, this is amazing song, this is amazing song, this is amazing song, this is amazing song, then when you come back and listen to it, most of the time you're going like, actually that's quite corny. Or something else is wrong with it. So, if you struggle as a songwriter sometimes, don't worry about it. Everybody does. It's a mountain to climb, and you have to do that. I hope that helped you somehow, or explained the situation or the process a little bit better. I really wanted to get that out because it's been kind of bugging me. Not bugging me, it's been in my mind for a little while, the whole process of how some people think that it just either comes to me very easily, or they think that they need to work harder, or they need more time to write the songs or whatever. And that's not what it's about. It's it's the same mountain we all climb as the songwriters. You just have to, and we do it repeatedly. You know, once we get to the top of that mountain, we're already looking at the next one, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And like anything else, you climb enough mountains, you get better at it. You know, so just rack up those mountains behind you, one at a time. So there you go. Hopefully this made some sense. Talk to you soon. First session of the week done. Two banjos again, once again. Brilliant.
Though life's looking kind of rough, there's only one thing that really gets to me. Being broken out of coffee ain't a good place to be.